I want to get that clay out of the hole. I want to find the tunnel. I didn't think of much else, to be honest. I don't know if that's rock or wood, but it's immovable right there.
Something buried deep beneath Oak Island is finally revealing itself, and it might just change everything we thought we knew. Season 12 of The Curse of Oak Island has kicked off with a bang, and the Lagina brothers have just made a discovery that could be the biggest clue yet. Metal fragments found 90 feet underground are pointing to something massive. Is the truth about the money pit finally within reach? Get ready, because what's coming this season is more shocking, more mysterious, and more historic than ever before. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon, so you never miss a moment of the treasure hunt that has captivated the world for over 200 years. A tunnel's ancient secrets are calling, and this time, the team might be closer than ever. Progress in the garden shaft has been nothing short of remarkable, digging down to a staggering 95 feet. Using cutting-edge drilling technology, the team has uncovered metal fragments buried deep beneath the surface, fragments that could be linked to something legendary. The air is thick with anticipation. Could this be the entrance to a long-lost treasure chamber? Their mission? To push even further, to breach the unknown depths and uncover a mysterious tunnel that has eluded explorers for generations. For Rick and Marty Lagina, this is no longer just a dig. It's a battle between man and history. Laird Niven, the ever-watchful archaeologist, is more optimistic than ever. He believes they're standing on the brink of a major breakthrough. Meanwhile, Terry Matheson and Charles Barkhouse are zeroing in on borehole H8, a spot that may be hiding the remains of a buried chapel vault. Past finds like ancient parchment and leather bindings only deepen the mystery. Every splinter of wood, every rusted nail, tells a story, and Marty Lagina knows that even the smallest artifact could lead to something game-changing. But this is no simple excavation. Oak Island fights back, floods, collapses, false leads. Every step forward is earned with grit. It's almost as if the island is guarding its secrets, burying them deeper each time the team gets close. Yet, they persist. Terry often rechecks older dig sites, haunted by the thought that a safe or vault might have been unintentionally moved in previous attempts. But with advanced ground scans and freshwater testing, a new confidence emerges. They're not digging blind anymore. They're digging smart, and if they're right, they could be one chamber away from rewriting history. Rick Lagina is particularly excited about the soil around Site H8. He thinks its disturbance could be a sign that they're nearing the hidden chapel safe, lifting the team's spirits. The focus then shifts to another intriguing area, the southeastern marshland of the island. This is where Gary Drayton, Jack Begley, and Billy Gerhardt begin searching around an old stone path. There are many clues pointing to this area, and it quickly becomes a priority for the team. The path resembles another one found in Portugal and is believed to have connections to the Knights Templar, fueling theories that it was used to transport goods long ago. As they dig through the sticky mud, Alex Lagina can't help but marvel at the historical significance of this ancient road. Gary, despite the unpleasant smell of the marsh, lightheartedly jokes that it's the smell of treasure. But this wasn't the biggest surprise they'd face. As they dig deeper, they come across a large rock that seems oddly placed right next to the stone path. This discovery pushes the team to keep going, with Billy Gerhardt noticing a pattern. The rocks are laid out like steps leading up to the boulder. This unusual arrangement sparks curiosity and raises more questions. Why would these rocks be so carefully placed near the stone path and the famous money pit? Their focus narrows in on this area, and with renewed determination, the team hopes that their hard work will finally pay off, and a long-hidden treasure will come to light. Rick Lagina is fascinated by the arrangement of stones and the large boulder at their dig site on Oak Island. To him, this pattern seems too deliberate to be random. It's located near the well-known money pit and an ancient stone path, making Rick feel even more certain that they are on the edge of a big discovery. The excitement builds within the team as they start to believe that these stones are not just a coincidence, but a hint towards something valuable buried nearby. But this may only be the start. The team is ready to chase down every clue and see where it leads. Rick is especially determined, sensing they are close to a breakthrough. As they dig deeper, they find unexpected items that suggest there's more hidden underground. Each discovery, no matter how small, sparks their curiosity to keep digging and find out what else might be buried on the island. One day, they come across a piece of wood that catches their attention. It looks like it could be part of an old ship. The way it's built without any metal fasteners makes them wonder about its origins and the techniques used in historical shipbuilding. Could it have come from a long-lost shipwreck? They don't know yet, but it's a clue that keeps them asking questions. Marty Lagina, Rick's brother, feels both hopeful and frustrated. They're searching the swamp area of the island, and while it has provided interesting finds, it also raises more questions than answers. Gary, another member of the team, suggests that the swamp might be preserving metal objects better than other parts of the island. This renews their interest and makes them more eager to explore further. What treasures could the swamp be hiding? Meanwhile, Jack Begley discusses the challenge of finding metal near the money pit. One area, called Lot 5, has been especially difficult to search. Despite this, they remain determined because earlier tests suggested there might be something valuable in that area. At the same time, an archaeological team is carefully studying a circular stone foundation, hoping to find out its age and purpose. But this wasn't the only thing complicating their efforts. Archaeologist Jamie Cuba joins the team, bringing new ideas and insights to the excavation. He focuses on a mysterious old stone structure, offering his own interpretations that change how the team understands the site's history. Jamie thinks the area might have been a meeting point for different cultures in the past. The diverse artifacts they find seem to support this, including a lead token from the 14th century, Venetian glass beads dating from the 1500s to the 1650s, and metal tools linked to historical figures. All these items hint at the rich and varied past of Oak Island. Throughout the day, Jamie outlines the boundaries of the old foundation, while Jack eagerly helps out. Both of them hope to uncover objects that could change our understanding of history. Another team member, Jeff, is focused on figuring out how this newly found foundation fits into the larger story of Oak Island. The team finds pieces of brick, pottery, and glass, which give important clues about how the site was used in the past. But this wasn't the final surprise of the day. As they dig further, Jamie notices that the soil is unusually dense, like it has been mixed with mortar or some other material to bind it together. This discovery hints at the possible presence of well-preserved structures or objects nearby. The idea of finding something in such good condition adds even more excitement to their search. Every scoop of soil they remove could bring them closer to another hidden part of Oak Island's history. With growing curiosity and excitement about what they might find, the team works harder on the excavation. Each piece they uncover, no matter how small, could reveal a new layer of Oak Island's story. They're driven to keep digging and piece together the clues, hoping to create a complete picture of the island's mysterious past. What will they find next as they dig deeper? Linking past to present. As the team gathers around a new find, similar to one they discovered back in 2019 near a spot called H8, the air is filled with excitement. Archaeologist Fiona Steele adds to the moment by revealing another discovery, which boosts everyone's enthusiasm. Laird Nye, also on the team, suggests they compare this new find near the stone foundation on the island's western side to earlier samples. This way, they can piece together more of Oak Island's unfolding story. Meanwhile, the search of Oak Island's famous money pit continues. It's said that treasure is hidden 180 feet below the ground. With every scoop of soil they dig up, the team's excitement grows. They are determined to keep going deeper and uncover the secrets that have been hidden for so long. Each layer they uncover brings new challenges, but also raises hopes of what they might find. Marty Lagina and his team have not yet found the treasure, but every setback just makes them more determined. They talk about past challenges like seasoned explorers who know what it takes to keep pushing forward. The mystery that surrounds Oak Island keeps them going, with a mix of hope, excitement, and relentless curiosity driving them to dig deeper into the unknown. One day stands out among many others. Terry Matheson, always on the lookout, finds a piece of wood right above a hard layer of rock buried 211 feet underground. At the same time, Alex Lagina uncovers a metal object. Terry starts to wonder if this metal is from part of the treasure chamber itself, maybe even broken during some dramatic event in the past. The idea of a violent disruption sparks everyone's imagination, and the team has intense discussions about what might have happened, even though they don't have any hard evidence yet. Rick Lagina helps by analyzing the depth and type of materials they find, and the team's theories change as often as the layers of soil they uncover. Every new discovery makes them rethink what could be hiding beneath. As they wrap up one day and prepare for the next, Jack Begley gets ready to examine anything new they find. He is very detailed in his work and remains hopeful, even when some discoveries don't seem to reveal much. Their technology is advanced, but the search itself is unpredictable. But this wasn't the last twist in their journey. The team sends a wooden piece from under the garden shaft for carbon dating. Alex Lagina makes sure to update Craig Tester, who is also part of the team, about the progress. When they find out that the wood dates back to somewhere between 1631 and 1684, excitement spreads. This new clue makes them more focused on planning their next steps, giving them fresh energy to keep uncovering Oak Island's hidden history. While they dig up fascinating details from the past, the treasure itself remains hidden. Instead of finding gold or jewels, they seem to be uncovering pieces of Oak Island's long and complex history. Craig Tester shares the results of the carbon dating, revealing that the wooden structures they found might be centuries old. It's interesting, but it doesn't exactly bring them closer to any treasure. At this point, it almost feels like the story they are unraveling is more important than the actual treasure itself. Both the team and the audience are captivated, even though it's becoming more likely that the treasure could just be a well-crafted legend. New clues, old secrets. Despite their relentless efforts, the team has not yet found the treasure. It sometimes feels like their adventure is more about the journey and the discoveries along the way than finding a final prize. Every time they think they've seen everything the island has to offer, a new clue shows up to reignite their excitement. This latest discovery points to an ancient underground corridor, suggesting that there's still much more to uncover and understand. With every find, the island slowly shares its hidden stories, and the team feels like they are closer to understanding its past. Marty Lagina, always paying attention to detail, takes a close look at the corridor they've just uncovered. He's amazed by how old it is, realizing that it was built long before they started their work on Oak Island. Marty is fascinated by the craftsmanship of the people who made it, seeing it as an important new piece in their unfolding story. His brother, Rick, sees this moment as a turning point in their search. This corridor is in an area with a lot of metal deposits, making the find even more interesting. The excitement is clear as the team gathers around what they've named the Garden Pit. Roger Fortin emphasizes how important it is to carefully study the corridor's structure to understand its history. Scott Barlow, on the other hand, is eager to speed up the search, convinced they are close to a major discovery. Craig Tester brings positive energy, encouraging the group to keep digging. Rick thanks the team for their hard work and gives them the green light to continue exploring. They're all driven by one question: what will they find next? As the sun rises, marking the start of a new day, the team is ready to dig even deeper. As dawn breaks, the Dumas excavation team. At the site, ready to push their search to around 95 feet deep. Meanwhile, Billy Gerhardt, Jack Begley, and Gary Drayton are busy exploring an area close to the southeastern marsh, along an old stone path. Gary makes sure everyone understands the plan to look through the remaining sections of the corridor, setting clear goals for the day. Just 2 days earlier, their search led them to a man-made stone path that ended at a large boulder. This sparked a wave of excitement among the crew as they wondered what secrets the path might reveal. The discovery was so surprising and mysterious that everyone on the team couldn't wait to dig more and find out what the path could mean. But this was only the beginning. This corridor and stone path might be part of a bigger story, possibly connected to how people moved around the island long ago. The idea that they might be walking the same paths as people who lived hundreds of years ago brings a thrilling sense of connection to the past. It makes their search feel even more meaningful. The team wonders what might be at the end of the corridor. Could it lead to a hidden room, or was it part of a secret underground network used for transporting materials? Each new idea adds to the mystery of the island and makes the search even more exciting. They start to think about how much work must have gone into building such a structure so long ago. Without the help of modern machines, the people who built this corridor would have needed a lot of skill and creativity. It gives the team a new appreciation for the people who once lived on Oak Island and the historical significance of their discoveries. But the surprises don't stop there. As they dig deeper, the team begins to find small artifacts that hint at everyday life on the island long ago. These include pieces of pottery and old metal tools, suggesting that people once lived and worked in this area, possibly as part of a busy trading community or settlement. Each find adds to the story of Oak Island, helping to create a bigger picture of its past. While the team looked back on their past adventures on Oak Island, Gary Drayton stayed hopeful about finding more interesting relics. Meanwhile, Rick Lagina kept thinking about all the structures they had found in the swamp. He wondered if these constructions were somehow linked to the famous Money Pit, or if they were part of a bigger plan to change the island's landscape. During their search, they came across wooden planks, carefully crafted to fit together, which seemed to show purposeful design. Jack Begley speculated that these might be pieces of an ancient ship, marking a significant moment in the swamp's history. As they kept searching, Billy Gerhardt stumbled upon what looked like either a stone path or some large structure buried just under the swamp's surface. Jack noticed a big rock nearby that looked a lot like ones found by Fred Nolan in 1981. The shape and position of the rock grabbed Rick's attention, making him wonder if it could be connected to Nolan's Cross, a formation some think could be a map or guide to the island's secrets. Their main goal became figuring out if this large rock, the stone path, and the metal-rich areas near the Money Pit might lead them to hidden treasure. Rick was eager to find a solid clue that could make sense of their discoveries. He believed that by exploring around the stone path and road, they might find objects that could reveal more about the swamp's past. Gary emphasized the importance of cleaning and carefully examining the structures they found to make sure they didn't miss anything important. Billy felt their discoveries were unique and believed they were on the verge of uncovering something big that could shine a light on the history of the area. Rick, motivated by this possibility, pushed his team to keep digging and exploring. This drive led to a long discussion between Billy and Jack, which eventually turned into a formal meeting at the Interpretive Center. But this wasn't just another ordinary meeting. At the center, the team came together with their new clues, ready to dive deeper into the island's mysterious history. Rick, along with Alex Lagina, Jack, and Scott Barlow, sat down with archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Colligan. They talked about a material that looked like concrete, found in the foundation of Lot 5. Jamie presented a soil sample that might contain ancient mortar, similar to materials discovered in the Money Pit. Emma planned to use X-ray diffraction analysis to learn more, hoping to connect these findings to old construction techniques, even though some people were skeptical about what they might find. The money pit has always been a source of surprising discoveries, often raising more questions than answers. This week brought a new set of findings that hinted at different paths for their investigation, adding to the island's complex history. Some old stories suggested that certain items were deliberately placed in specific locations. Emma's analysis of soil samples from Lot 5 showed a match to the soil from the money pit, even though the two places were 104 feet apart. This unexpected link, confirmed by X-ray tests, left experts like Laird Niven and Scott Barlow scratching their heads. Niven suggested that the soil might have been moved on purpose a long time ago. Alex Lagina pointed out that moving soil from one place to another would have taken a lot of effort, hinting at a well-thought-out plan. This new connection led to lively discussions about what might have been happening on the island in the past. Jack and his team were eager to see what Lot 5 could reveal about any earlier digs or hidden treasures. But this wasn't the only mystery they faced. Scott Barlow shared news about recent discoveries, including wooden pieces from a tunnel underground that dated back to the 1600s. These finds supported a theory that William Phipps, a sea captain, might have hidden treasure on Oak Island, not so much for the sake of history, but possibly to create an intriguing story. As they continued exploring an old stone road, the team found a large, hand-forged chain and hook, along with part of a barrel. These items suggested that the area might have once been a landing spot for ships, lining up with stories of secret operations and smuggling on the island. However, just as things were heating up, their efforts were hit with a setback. A powerful storm flooded the garden shaft, forcing the team to pause their excavation and focus on managing the damage. Once the storm calmed down, they returned to deal with the flooding, and in doing so, they stumbled upon an unexpected chamber next to the garden shaft. As they investigated the source of the water, they found a small hollow space, 65 feet deep, covered by wooden timbers. Marty Lagina, who was once doubtful about the swamp's importance, now saw its potential for further exploration. The idea that there could be multiple hidden chambers in the money pit area suggested a network of man-made spaces either meant to help or to trick future treasure hunters. The team went back to what they called Aladdin's Cave, a large area 160 feet underground. Using high-tech cameras and sonar scanners, they examined the cavern's floor, which was covered in mud and sloped steeply downward. Geologist Terry Matheson was cautious but hopeful, suggesting that this cavern could hide treasures. Though they couldn't be certain, this only pushed the team to keep searching, fueled by the possibility of what they might find next. Thanks for watching. Do you think the swamp will help us find the treasure, or is it just a distraction? Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more.